This segment is sponsored by the Thumbs Up Guys. Riding the bus or school bus can be annoying, but what do you do if it becomes a literal pain? We've got Brandon Dawson and Jeffrey Ward here with more. Gentlemen, always good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yep, back to school. So lots more buses on the roads right now. So if you're hurt in a school bus, or we'll say even a city bus accident, who's legally responsible?
Well, anybody can be. It depends on who was at fault in
Right.
the wreck. You know, the other car that ran into the school bus driver, you know, you could also have some issues with the hiring process for that bus driver. So, you know, there's a lot of investigation that needs to go in on the front end to figure out who was at fault and what caused this. Could it have been prevented in some way? So the answer is several people could be at fault.
Several people. So
Yeah.
we could be talking about a government agency. So is this handled differently?
Yeah, government agencies are under the Tort Claims Act, so you've got 2 years as opposed to 3 years. There's the Tort Claims Act, so you have the cap on it, so the amount of damages. It's definitely a very different case. It's always going to be a lot slower too when you're dealing with the government. I think everyone's kind of used to going to the DMV. You know what a government-run business is like.
Been there, yep.
So they are less incentivized to pay out as well. There's no what we call punitive damages, so you can't have a bad faith judgment against them. They're just not really fun cases to deal with. So we try to jump on those early, and move those along. But like Jeff said, you want to investigate, figure out who's at fault. It can be both parties, it can be one party. So you really have to jump into those very quickly and figure out who the defendants are, so you make sure that you're not missing a statute of limitation. And a lot of times we have kids on those buses, so then you have minors, and you're dealing with minor settlement hearings. There's a whole host of issues with bus cases if you've got kids on the bus.
So that's my next question. If you're an adult or maybe you're a parent and your child was affected, what are the first steps you should take?
Well, if they need medical care, make sure they get it. But one thing I want to make crystal clear, you need to have it documented. If it's like a hard stop on a bus, there's not seat belts a lot of times on these school buses. A hard stop could result in an accident or result in some kind of injury. And if it's not reported, if it's not documented, a perfect example, just last month, we had to turn a case away where there probably was a very good chance that a child suffered a concussion due to a hard stop. But it was never documented due to a passage of time. It's not always about the truth, but what can we prove to be true?
Right.
And without documentation, things like that, it's just a case that, it's an uphill battle, like Brandon said anyway, against a government agency. And you need to have as much evidence preserved and documented as you can to make the case that you need to make.
And that's so sad that in this opportunity they missed that by not documenting right away. So that's why we need you.
Yeah.
If something happens, God forbid, we need your help. So what's the best way to reach out to you guys and get more information?
Yeah, you can always give us a call at 843-885-8000. Visit the website at inpain.com. And of course, just Google the Thumbs Up Guys and you'll find a ton of FAQs and other great resources there.
I'm waiting for your smiling faces that always pops up.
Yeah.
Google Thumbs Up Guys. Guys, thank you so much. inpain.com if you want more information. There you are. And we're going to take a break. We've got more Low Country Live right after this.